How you doing, Devil? This is Devil, everybody, just so you guys know. He's a good boy. He can be a little ornery sometimes, though, especially when he's in his cage. When he's in his cage, he he's a little defensive, but once he's out, he's a good boy. What's up, Benny? How you doing, man? That was a good live vlog today. Um, Only thing I'd do if I were you is when you do live vlogs and stuff like that, I'd limit your cussing. I cuss all the time. What's up, Slash Master? I cuss all the time. Ain't no big deal, but just a suggestion for, because you don't know what kids are going to be watching. Anyway, I want to talk about more boa constrictor guides, boa constrictor care, whatever you want to call it. And I sit here and I've been thinking, and, you guys know I do a lot of reading on my boas and stuff like that. And, when I sit there and I'm talking about the heat and stuff like that, appreciate it, Slash Master. Um, the reason why heat can vary so much is because the boa constrictor so much. Oh, hi, hey. Oh, how you doing? I appreciate you joining. You know, your common boa constrictor like this, your BCI, your common boa constrictor BCI. They range from the Sonora, Mexico, to Central America, North Colombia, all the way up to as far as the northwest Ecuador. Um, and like your true red tail boas, your BCCs, they're usually east of the Andes, um, and they're your Surinamers, your Guyans, your Brazilians, and stuff like that. And your BCIs are west of the Andes, so that's kind of like your geographical range. And then obviously, because of that geographical range, when you guys hear me talking about the heat and stuff like that, and different temperatures and what works for your boas, it's because when you take the BCI gene itself, or the common boa constrictor, or your common red tail boa constrictor. You got what, your Costa Rican, just your clay crawl island boas, your hog island boas, your Roatan island boas, your corn island boas. There's my cat jumping up to say hi. Your Nicaraguans, your Mexicos, your El Salvadors, your Sonorans. So that's a huge range of BCIs, and they all look different from each other, but they're all lumped in because the science, they're so close related, even genetic wise, why they might look different, they're still genetically related, which is why they, lump them, your BCIs, all them boas, and that includes your island boas, your coastline boas, that all together. And so that can be very confusing. What's up, Reese's Pythons? And so when I sit there and talk about heat, when you name all them boas that range in the BCI gene right there, I mean you're talking about from very dry, arid, desert-like conditions in some places to rainforest-like conditions in some places. So that's why you got to really know which boa constrictor you're working with within the BCI complex, because I mean it's so hard. I mean, you're a big difference is your Costa Rican boas or your Central American boas are going to vary different wise as far as your Sonora boas. It's more of a drier desert type condition, very arid. So the heat conditions are going to be very different compared to something like your Colombian boa constrictor like this, your BCI or common boa. And so that's why you have to really pay attention to what boa you're working with. It's cool. It's complicated because it's like, how can this boa, you know, how is this BCI, from Colombia related to an island boa like your Corn Island or your Clay Walker, that's a country singer, I believe. Your clay crawl boas, those are island boas. So how is it they're related? That's why it can be so confusing. And so, I mean, you just have to really pay attention to your boas and figure out which one you got. And most people own your Colombian boas or your Central American boas. Um, I do see a lot of Costa Rican boas pop up. Um, I see a lot of people own hog islands. Now there is some debate in the United States is there any true hog island boas left in the United States? In the wild, hog island boas, a male might get 3, 4 feet, and a female might get 4 or 5, maybe 6 feet max. But in the United States, they get huge, and that's huge, like big, but they get bigger than what they do in the not wild. So it makes it fun. What's up, Matt Bio? I'm just sitting here talking about the rate, how many boas land in the common boa, the BCI thingy, and it's amazing. And that's why heat varies so much for everybody depending on what species you work with. I think it's your Sonoran, yeah, your Sonoran boa is like a little bit drier. They're a little bit more humidity and stuff like that. But yeah, Dorian, Nicaraguans, your Costa Ricans, your Corn Islands, your Clay Clucker, Hog Islands, Mexico. I mean, there's just so many. You got your Central Americans, your it just the list just goes on and on. You got your Colombians, and so that's a huge geographical range. I'm doing well, about to do a random crazy thing today for hitting 2.5 subscribers. I told you, everyone, the piercing. That's awesome. That's awesome. I tried coming on your live and it wouldn't allow me. I don't know why. Um, but you're talking about on when Matt Bio. What's up, Dan? So I mean, that's the thing. You have to really know what you're working with, and unfortunately, in a lot of captive bred species, there's a lot of people putting this location with that location. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's why you have to really understand your boa on an individual level to see what works best for it. And that's why some people keep their boas at 95 in a hot spot. I think it's too hot. My boas like the hot spot to be at 87, but it's because there's that wide variation, and then there's that whole. We're gonna integrate this one with that one, even though it's not really technically an integrate because they're all BCI. But if you go look at a hog island and then come back and look at your common boa. Go look at Corn Island boa and then go look at a Mexican boa and tell me they're the same species. So it's crazy. It's a fun thing. And so my big suggestion: do your research, go study, go read, go do that type of stuff. Really learn about the different complexes in boas because it's vast and their range is huge. They got a huge range, so it's really cool. So now that I talked about that a little bit, here goes Devil. He is a super stripe double hit albino. His colors aren't showing up on here, but in person, this guy is solid, just red on his side. You guys have seen his pictures, and when I don't do the video on my camera, and so he should be. I'll probably breed him next year, but thanks to DEA and Going Uper, look at this. I don't know if that's gonna show up because of the sun coming through or the whiteness, but look at all that white stuff. That's snow. We got like 6 inches last night, and we're supposed to get like another 6 inches today, 3 to 6 inches. This is not fair. I am in springtime. This is not supposed to happen. I guess Illinois got jealous of all these other states getting snow. I know Chris Graham in New Jersey and Kristen, they got snow. I know Andrew and Becky got snow. I know Going Uper got snow, and Illinois just says that's not fair. So why don't we give you a bunch of snow? And not only that, not only is it a bunch of snow, it's windy. But it's not bad news. Because last night with the snowstorm coming in, it changed the barometer pressure. I had about a foot in New York. It was gone the next day. Yeah, the good news is we're supposed to get up into the high 50s by Tuesday, so the snow will be gone. So spring will be back. But what happens with all the snow? The good thing about the snow is that it caused my boas to start locking up. So that's good. The barometer changed. It's like we had lightning and thunder even with the snowstorm, which is always cool when that happens. But I started getting more lockups. So I was definitely happy about that. That was definitely a good thing when the lockup started happening with that. Let me check something real quick. So we'll see. That's the good thing about the lockup. That's the good thing about the snow is you do get the lockups with the snowstorm, even though it's not rain, you will get the lockups. Now the good news is because what's up TNT? The good news is because we're supposed to get rain. Um, it'll continue my boa locking up. It's supposed to rain next week when my kids are all on spring break. And so that's good. So that'll really help with my boas locking up and stuff like that. So I can't complain about that at all. Um, just so you guys know, I love my kids. There's my daughter, Aaliyah. Just wave hi, Aaliyah. She's waving hi. She, every Saturday, she cleans the bathroom and the kitchen. I can't, I'm so blessed that my kids will sit there and do stuff like that. My son and my daughter, my middle daughter, clean the the living room and they vacuum and then Aaliyah will steam out the floor. I love my kids. My kids are so helpful. Um, and I don't have to tell them to do their chores. They just do their chores. So yeah, I just love it. The good thing is, did you see my Q&A video? Yeah, I did. I didn't leave a Q&A because I didn't leave a question because I asked you your question on your live stream, Benny and Max. So Benny, that's why I left it on there. Just because you were on there. So Aaliyah, go give me my iPad real quick, please. I got to show you a picture. India went on a date last night. All right, it was good. It was exciting. So while I'm sitting there playing with my boas and cleaning cages and stuff like that, she had to go to her a dance. Mike, her boyfriend that's not a boyfriend that is a boyfriend. The dog, Aaliyah. All right, put him in bed. Tell him to go to his pillow. Um, she went on her first date thingy last night, and it was through the school that he goes to. He's in high school, and he's in the I forget what they call that. He's in the higher learning thingy, so it's only for them people. And she went to the dance. She dressed up. They had fun. She was home by 9 o'clock. And she absolutely had a blast. So that was really good. So as a father, I have two girls and I have one boy. So I knew when they were younger they were going to date. And you guys have heard me talk about it. I honestly I came to terms with that the minute I found out I was having my first girl. But she did good. She had fun. She enjoyed it, and I couldn't be happier that she went and had fun. And I'm just glad that she did it because she's usually shy. But anyway, here's I don't know how good that's going to show up there, but there's her last night when she was getting ready to go, and she was all dressed up and looking cute. So I was happy she went. I was happy she had fun. Mike's a really nice guy. For some reason, he's intimidated by me. I don't know why. I've always been nice to the kid. Hey, Stevie. I guess it's my tattoos. I don't know. Uh, I've always been polite to the guy, but my daughter says I intimidate him. Um, I don't know. He's a nice guy, and I couldn't be happier that she went and had fun. So that was cool. So that was exciting. So I had all that last night going on. What is going on? I'm trying to show you my thing. My iPad turned on. Dude, she feels terrible because we're Catholic, and she forgot. Friday. It's no meat. We can eat fish and pasta and stuff, but we can't have meat. And when she was at the dance last night, she had chicken. So then my mom and Brooke were teasing her this morning saying the reason why we had lightning and thunder during the snowstorm was because she had meat last night. And so she's like, "Oh, I feel terrible." In the end, you just got to know her. So that was cute. We told her it was no big deal. It happens. You're gonna. We all slip up because we do practice Lent. So that's why on Fridays we don't have meat and stuff like that. So it was funny. And then my female albino striped carpet. She's been laying in her nest box. She's still about 3 weeks out from laying. She hasn't had a waxy stool or anything yet. So the temperatures are holding at 86.7 in the lay box, which is exactly what I want for maternal incubation. So that's going well. She's just in there moving the dirt around. Well, eco earth, it's peat moss is what I use, and then I put moss on top of it, and just getting everything ready. Um, so that's really good. Another thing I want to bring up is when you have your boas is I keep all my boas in 4 foot enclosures. Some of my boas are in 3 foot enclosures, but as they get bigger, they all get bumped up to 4 foot enclosures. One thing I do notice, hey man, sorry I had intensive problem. Easy, couldn't get back. Oh, talking to Matt Bio. Matt Bio is a good guy, supporter of everybody. Um, but one thing I do notice a lot in a lot of boa enclosures is they don't have a hide. They only have a hide on the hot spot, and you really should have a hide on the hot spot and the cool spot. It makes boas just feel much more comfortable. Something we don't think about. You know, it's something that we don't think about. So there really should be a hide on the hot side and on the cool side. Just anything we can do to make them feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more happier, we should. Another thing people forget about it is they have these prehensile tails. They do hold on to things. And when I do, what's up, bro? Driving, so just gonna listen. That's cool, Jess. I appreciate you listening. Um, Another thing I notice a lot of people forget about is boas do climb. Now, granted, once my big boas get bigger, they don't perch as much. But one thing I do with a lot of my cages is they do have shelves in them. And the ones that don't have shelves in them, I sit there and I put, especially for my bigger bows, I'll put thicker PVC in. And then I get these sockets so I can just put them in. And then I just drill the sockets in. I can take the PVC out every time I need to clean the cage so I can clean the PVC. And my big boas will perch, even some of my big females. My big females like to lay on the shells mainly. So when you have boas, I notice a lot of setups people forget to give them something to climb on. They think they're big and they're just gonna lay on the ground. Yeah, a lot of the times they do lay on the ground, but you still want to try and give them something to get up on because they will if you give them the opportunity to. And that's something that a lot of us forget about. So I definitely give all my boas stuff to get on. As you can see, this is when my cats sit at the window. You can see the birds going nuts on the bird feeder. And we go through that bird feed on that one. We go through about 2 weeks, plus we have a regular bird feeder out there. And so if you can't see, there's my Blue Point Siamese. She's at the window, and then my Himalayan is right here. Um, Name of the panel that I use Pro Heat. They run anywhere from 90 to $120 depending on the size enclosure you have. You can call them, tell them what you got, tell them what you're wanting to do, and they make it that way. So it's actually really good. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. I love my kitties. I love my dog. He's something bad just now. What did he do, Aaliyah? He got into the bathroom garbage and tore up the toilet paper. Something he has never gotten in the garbage. Slash has never gotten in the garbage. So I guarantee you, one of my kids, it was to one of you guys. One of you guys ate something and put it in that garbage and he dug it out. Probably Priest. Um, so that's the first time, and he's gonna be two. That's the first time in 2 years that dog has ever gotten in any garbage. I'm shocked. Are you sure it wasn't one of these cats? I know the cat's been sitting here with me the whole time, but are you sure? I bet you anything it was picked then. Yeah, she might not have been sitting here the whole time. Not the puppy. The kids did it. Exactly. They're saying the kids did it. The Slash didn't do it. Slash has never gotten in the garbage one time, Aaliyah. So anyway, go back. So give them something to climb on. You know, a lot of cages will give you shells. Will provide shells. You can take them in and out because I know when I breed my boas, I take the PVC out, and I do take the shell if it has the shelf in it. I do take the shell out. While they're breeding and why they're gravid. Once they're done breeding, once they're done being gravid, then I will put the PVC back in. I'll put the shell back in. So just something to think about. As far as substrate goes, when it comes to my boas, I use newspaper. I've used cypress bedding, which you guys know. I had an unfortunate accident of a boa being killed by. Your family is awesome and beautiful. Thank you, Stevie. I appreciate it. I had an unfortunate accident with cypress bedding as far as accidentally killed one of my boas. It was shedding, and one of the cypress got into its eye and just went through. It was probably just trying to rub, and it's an unfortunate accident. So I went back to use a newspaper. But you can use cypress bedding, you can use aspen, you can use Reptichip. Just remember that when you clean the whole cage, because when a boa goes to the bathroom, you guys saw in the first video, they go to the bathroom. And you might not see all that pee because the substrate will absorb it. So make sure you really do a thorough clean on all your cages. Otherwise, that's ain't too much going on other than the snow. And hey, Munson, good seeing you. But yeah, not too much going on. Just been catching up on people's and watching their videos. And I know the Python Burrows got a giveaway announcement tonight, so that's exciting. Um, that'll be very cool. I'm looking forward to see who gets that diversity color. I think it's a diversity color pink toe. So that's exciting. So definitely, if you guys haven't entered that, you want to get on that. But beginning transfers is doing that giveaway, and that's a cool giveaway that they're doing. So you might definitely want to check that out. As far as my transfer goes, they're all doing well. I've had a couple molts like I told you guys before. Tonight I do water and I'll feed some tarantulas, and hopefully my OBT will come back out. He just molted or she just molted. So which a lot of OBTs do anyway, but my OBT tends to will come out. But when it went into this molt, it blocked its burrow off, and it kicked its molt out. And so now I'm just waiting for it to reemerge because it's molted. So I'm just waiting for it to harden up and come out and visit. The scorpions are all doing good. Slash Master, he's added some nice scorpions. So if you guys don't check out Slash Master, you should. He's a good guy. Who else was doing a giveaway? There's a couple people doing a giveaway. I know DEA Exotics is going to be doing a giveaway soon, so that'll be good. I had a bad few weeks, and I trust God. Yeah, I always trust God. Last night, my snake woke me up having a bomb moon. I thought it was an alt taking. I have actually woken up to that. I know exactly what you're talking about. When your bigger snakes go to the bathroom, it is loud. It's something else. It's pretty surprising. Most people don't even think about that, but it's hilarious. And you're just like, what is going on? Like, what are you thinking? Hazel Reptile, I was subscribed to you. I just went to your thingy because you were talking about your video that you uploaded. And how is that? Why? See, this is what is driving me nuts about YouTube. Family Vlog Live 19 hours ago. Yes, everyone was talking about how you did that. And now I'm on my thingy right now, and I know I was subscribed to you. This is why you guys got to pay attention to your YouTube, because YouTube does this. You'll be subscribed to a channel, and all of a sudden you're not subscribed to a channel. and I don't understand that because I'll show Hazel's channel real quick so you guys can see it. It's a good channel. She's a very nice person. Um, I got my iPad here so you guys can see it. Yeah, Stevie, it happened to you. Yeah, it's weird how YouTube does that. But there's get that so you guys can read that. That's Hazel Reptiles fam. That's her YouTube. Definitely go give her a follow. She does a lot of cool stuff. She's got ball pythons and she's got I mean boas. She's got dogs. She's got a lot. She's got a good family. Definitely go give her a follow if you're not following her. She's really cool. Most of you guys already know to follow Mad Bio and you guys hopefully are following TNT and Reese's Pythons. All good people. I like watching his vlog. Good people. Definitely give him a follow. But like I said, I think DEA's got a giveaway they're going to be doing, so that's exciting. Looking forward to that. Um, but yeah, definitely. You guys got any questions? Go ahead and ask. Um, I'll definitely try to answer what I can. I know Benny asked me earlier to show my reptile room, and I told him, no, I don't. I don't even show all my snakes. Thank you very much. I'm not showing strictly my snakes and reptiles. It's me sharing everybody. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I like about that. Is because it shows a variety of things, which I need to get back to. I only have 8 snakes at the moment. We're looking into buying another one. That's awesome. I know I like to do the dad versus daughter things different every now and then. We haven't done one since I had the flu, and then I got over that. The kids had it, they got over it, and then we were going to do one, and then we all got stuck with head cold flu. So now we're feeling better. So hopefully we'll do the dad versus daughter videos soon to share with you guys. This is always fun arguing manga with them. And one thing they all think is All Might from My Hero Academia can beat Superman, which is insane. And they also think One Punch Man can beat Superman. And crazy stuff, my kids. See, I know you can smile, you want to, Leah. There is no way One Punch Man or All Might together could take Superman. Not even if they work together could they take Superman down. So that's what we're doing. You're getting a bow in the future, Stevie. That's awesome, man. They're great snakes. Just understand. They're not like a ball python. They're much more active. The food requirements more. How often should you feed an 8-month female red tail? For me, and I'm only speaking by me, and I can only go by the health of my animals. All my boas that are a year under, I feed once a week. Just got it at Tinley. That's awesome. And you have how big your boa is and the size and stuff like that. A lot of people have obese boas. But for me personally, I only feed my boas that are a year under, 1 meal a week, and by the time they're a year old, they're on small rats. And then from the time they're 1 to 2, I feed every 2 weeks a small, and by the time they hit that 3-year-old, they should be on medium rats. And by the time they're on medium rats, I feed every 3 weeks. But at the same time, I got a boa from a store that didn't feed it at all. So my question is, should I do weekly or bi-weekly? I would do weekly. If your boa is on the thin and right here, this male right here, he's 2.5, almost 3 now. This is a male. You can see not overweight, healthy male. He takes a medium rat every 3 weeks. That's all he needs. Your boas, also remember, your boas take about 4 to 5 days to fully digest their meal. Now, that don't mean you can't handle your boas after you feed them. Usually give them, 2 days and then handle your boas after 2 days after they feed. But it takes about, oh my God, looks like my old boa died of IBD. Yeah, sorry you had a boa that died of IBD. And yeah, it looks like a newborn. That's what happens with a lot of breeders. And that really makes me mad because a lot of breeders, include, and I'm a breeder myself. But the one thing I do not do is maintenance feed. And what I mean by maintenance feed is literally they'll give a boa, a newborn boa, 1 meal a month. And it'll be like a small mouse or something, or a little fuzzy hopper mouse, and that's all they'll do until they sell it. So that drives me nuts because then what you end up getting is a malnourished boa, and anybody that breeds boas knows that first year of nourishment is crucial to their development and in growth, length. color. And so that drives me nuts when I see breeders doing that. You help me with care and I am in church. Yeah. So that drives me nuts when I see breeders that maintenance feed. There's a difference between slow growing your animal and maintenance feeding. What a lot of breeders do is they like to confuse that. And when you buy a snake and all of a sudden it's this tiny snake and that's supposedly a year old or 6 months old, they'll say, well, I'm slow growing it. No, you're not. You are maintenance feeding it to save yourself a buck. I see that happen in so many snakes, and it just ticks me off to no end. I just want to throat punch every person that does that because you're cheap. Your animals, when you breed, they're your responsibility. So you need to give them the best care as if you're going to keep them. If it was me personally, and I felt like my boa, something I do, like when my boas have a litter, Um, they don't get fed once a month. After they have their litter, they get fed every single week until they put half their body weight back on that they lost. Then they go to every 2 weeks and every 2 to 3 weeks until they get their body weight back, and then they go to once three every 3 weeks to once a month feeding. So but if you got a boa that's a year under, I would feed every single week. And if your boa is 2 years old and younger, but it's on the smaller side where it needs more nourishment, then still continue to feed every single week. I don't go to the stores anymore because they had boas that had mites and told me they did not. Yeah, a lot of pet stores that you go to have mites, and mites can happen anywhere, but a lot of pet stores are bad. If you go back in my videos, I just did a video like a week or so ago where I talk about people getting their boas from Tinley and just getting boas in general, snakes in general, and I talk about Frontline. Absolutely the best mite treatment. You will not have any problems with it. Frontline is definitely the best way to go with treating mites and preventing mites. It's safe. I wish IBD didn't exist. Yeah, I wish it didn't exist either. The good news is though, through vet DNA, you can have your boa tested for IBD. It's about $65 plus $10 ship. You will have to go to your vet to have the blood drawn, and usually most vets, if you don't know, will draw the blood from the tail. If they're trying to draw from somewhere else or doing it wrong, it's easiest to get the blood out of the tail on boas. At least that's what I found in my experience. I got nicks. Ooh, no, 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 no. Throw that nicks in the garbage where it belongs. Nicks, that pesticide stuff is not even safe for human lungs. That is the worst thing you can do to treat that. You're an animal. Nicks, that is, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. Nicks and all that stuff. You get that stuff from people online, and people telling you that I'm going to go get a friend of mine has snakes. I called the snake whisperer. She is one of the most beautiful people in the world and wants to know about snakes. Oh, that's cool. Um, Nicks and stuff like that is the worst stuff you can do to do mites. You're just poisoning your animal. That a lot of people get that information from old forums, old online posts, old books. You know, even prevenamite is illegal in Colorado. Prevenamite is good, and don't get me wrong, prevenamite does work, but you toxic. Watch that Frontline video I did. It's the Tinley, and I talk about Frontline. It's the safest, most secure method out there that will not harm your boa. So I'm serious. Yeah, throw that nicks away. And once you learn about Frontline, you can throw that prevenamite in the garbage too. How do you think female hog? How big? Okay, now when it comes to hogs, and I talked about this earlier in the video. Well, I don't know if I went into complete detail, but hog island boas in the wild, males get about 3 to 4 feet, maybe 5 if they're lucky. Females get around 4 to 5 feet in the wild because of how they've been kept in captivity. Now, female male hog island boas will get around 4 to 5.5 feet, and females I've seen as big as 7 feet, but usually around 6 foot range. They're not the same as in the wild. Very hard to find a true pure hog island. There's a lot of debate in the bow world if there's even real true hog island boas left in captive breeding populations in the United States. if you're looking for a tiny boa, something that actually stays small, I would go with your corn island or your clay crawl boa. What about a female hypo hog? Well, hypos, hog islands are natural hypos. But if you're talking about sand boas are good. They're tiny. Yeah, they stay tiny. But if you're wanting like a boa like this, that looks like a boa, then I would go with your corn island or your clay crawl boas. Um, but if you have some, if somebody sells you a hypo hog, that's just usually a common boa. That's usually a Central American boa or crossed with a hog. Even though they're in the same BCI complex, they're all crossed together. So that's usually what that is. So but your hypo hogs, they'll get to be the size of your common boas. They get to be decent size. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this live vlog now. I've been doing it for 36 minutes. I just want to get a little bit more information out there. Want to go live with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video and going live with me. And if you come back and you watch this video later, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, she's coming. Well, I'll wait. I well, uh, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta help my daughter. She's looking at me. She needs help moving the. Even though I have the microwave up there, I also have a microwave that the kids use back there, and I got lifted up for my daughter so she can clean under her. So she's actually giving me a look to say help. So I got to help her move that so she can get on the microwave. Like I said, my kids are very thorough when it comes to doing their chores. So tell your friend. Uh, I hope to get her next time, and I appreciate you guys all tuning in and watching. Thank you for the love and support, and just honestly, thank you guys for everything you guys do. You guys make me doing these videos fun. I love sharing all my animals with you guys. And this is Devil, and the other one that I have that's also super stripe is Prada. So Devil wears Prada, play on words. Um, Gotta love Carpet Pythons is her name. Oh, I love Gotta love Carla. She's awesome. Carla is is one soft kiss. One soft kiss is Carla. One soft kiss is Carla. Gotta love Carpet Pythons. She's Oh, I don't know why I'm brain on her name, and I know her name. I'm so sorry. Tell a guy I love carpet pythons. I'm sorry I'm brain on her name because I do know her name. She's awesome. She's a wonderful person that really cares about her animals, deeply cares for her animals. And she's a beautiful snake keeper that just has a true heart for the reptiles that she keeps. Guy I love carpet pythons is just an amazing woman. So anyway, you guys have a blessed and positive day because you guys know I am. This is Boxing Ball. Gail, thank you. Thank you. I don't know why I was brain burnt on that. I feel terrible, Gail. I am so sorry. Forgive me. I don't know why I was brain burnt on that. It happens. What does a good boa bite feel like? Good boa bite. Mm, like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I've been bit by some of my big ones before. I mean, nothing. It's just it's nothing. I mean, a bigger bow will leave a bruise on you, and I mean, you just don't rip away. Just let it. If it bites you, just go and just move with it. I don't know really how to describe that because everybody has a different experience. To me, they don't hurt at all. Oh, hey, there you are, Gail. I'm getting ready to take off. Oh, I absolutely love. I was just singing your praises about how I absolutely love what you do. But to me, I agree with you. Blood pythons. My blood pythons are the biggest hitters compared to all my snakes. I definitely don't want to take a hit by any of my bloods because they hit hard. But honestly, I mean, my tattoos hurt more than uh, a snake bite. A snake bite you don't even feel unless it's a really, really big one, and even then, it's not that bad, really, as long as you don't rip your arm away. If you rip your hand or arm, you're gonna risk it. You're gonna hurt the bone mouth and teeth, or snake's mouth and teeth. So it's best just if they bite you, just take it. And honestly, it doesn't hurt at all. It's so hard to describe a snake bite because everybody's different. It's hard to describe because to me it's nothing. But at the same time, a retic or berm is different, or an olive. But if you rip your hand out or rip your arm out, you're going to do more damage to yourself. To where if you just let it take the bite, you're not going to do it. You're going to have little tiny thingies. My retic ball by them bit my arm, and I got 5 stitches. Yeah, I mean, if you take your hand away, you can end up getting stitches. If you just let it go, it usually won't be anything. They'll just bite and let go, or if they latch on, just put them under some cold water, and they usually will release. But yeah, it's hard to describe a snake bite because to me, it's nothing. Even a big boa that I've been tagged by before, I mean, less some bruising on my hand, less some teeth marks. The last bite I took was from a 6.5 foot hypo female that I have, and I didn't even know she bit me. My son and I were messing with her, and I was getting her out of her cage, and she tagged my forearm right here. And Priest goes, "Sin just bit you." I'm like, "She did?" I didn't even feel it, and then I looked down and I realized that I'm bleeding. So I don't really know how to describe a snake bite because I've been dealing with snakes for over 20 years, so everybody's different. But Gail, I'm glad you got to get in here for a few minutes. I'm getting ready to go because I got to help my daughter finish cleaning. I got him with the microwave for her, the other microwave that we make kids use instead of the good microwave. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anybody stop you from doing what you do, or it doesn't matter if people agree with you or disagree with you. Just do what you want to do in your videos, guys. Don't let anybody discourage you. You do what's right for you. You do what's right for your animals. You do what you feel is best for your animals. And if you do that, it's a winning situation. The only time you're going to see something negative come from me when it comes to something to do with an animal, as far as like, I might disagree with what someone says, but the only way I'm going to cut you down is if I see you doing something detrimental to your animal. Then I'll step in and say something. Otherwise, there's no right or wrong way as long as you're doing the best that you can and giving the snake everything it needs and love. And why I might be a breeder, guys, every single one of my snakes is a pet first. They're my babies. They're pets first, breeders second. I'll tell you right now, I got several carpets that are gravid, one that's due to lay. And before I end this, I'll end on this note. The biggest stress for me is not when she lays. It's not when the she's maternal incubating her carpet pythons. It's it's not when are the eggs are gonna hatch. It says, is she gonna pass the eggs without any problems? Am I gonna have to worry about egg binding or anything else? So to me, I'm more worried about the mom than I am about getting any eggs. All that comes afterwards. The priority is the mother. Same thing with my boas. When my boas are gravid, I don't care about what I could potentially get. Yeah, do I get excited? Of course I do. But my first priority is making sure that the mom is comfortable as best I can, make sure her heat's right, water, fresh water, doing all the things I can to lower her stress. Because when they're gravid, it's stressful. So do the best that you can for your animals, make them have a happy and healthy lifestyle. You guys have a blessed and positive day because you know I am. This is Boxing Boa in the snow saying peace.